What is vibing? This is Vish, and today I'll be responding to Logan Paul's Impaulsive podcast featuring Sadhguru on the topic of how to find inner peace. This collaboration is unprecedented. I would have never seen Logan Paul in the YouTube world getting crossed with Sadhguru in this whole spiritual world. And it is really cool to see that these two people are intersecting and making content together. And the reason for that is because Logan Paul has a huge audience, especially a lot of young people. And the fact that Sadhguru is able to bring to the table the spiritual side of things is a beautiful thing to see, because now the younger people can also try these spiritual things and find that path of inner realization. Logan Paul is a YouTuber, founder of the Maverick brand, while Sadhguru is a mystic, yogi, and visionary who has really made a huge difference in the self's spiritual path and journey. He is not only changing the world, but really just helping to enlighten and bring about joy in the lives of people around the world, including the self. The self is truly grateful and blessed to be living on this planet with such a person who has been continuously helping share that wisdom as well as blissfulness to the world. With that, let's watch this video.
So if you could speak for people that don't have that peace currently within their life and want that to be the basis for their whole life, how can they do that?
This is the most unfortunate thing in the world, that most human beings just do not know how to be at ease. They're not even at ease. Forget about joy, forget about blissfulness. There is no ease, they're all in this jangled state. And now they say, this is how human beings are. Doctors say because that's their business, pharmaceutical companies say that's their business. If, for example, United States, we're here in USA, so let's take this as an example. This is the most affluent country on the planet right now. Why does an individual person or a society or a nation seek affluence? In the first stage of affluence, it's a choice of nourishment. I can eat what I want. If I'm hungry, I'm thinking of money. Why? Because if I have money, I can eat whatever I want. In the second level of affluence, it's the lifestyle. I can live the way I want, I can do things that I want to do. So now in the most affluent country where there is a choice of nourishment and a choice of lifestyles like nowhere else, why are you spending $3.25 trillion as your health care? Something must be wrong with you.
Interesting.
Hello? When you have a choice of nourishment and choice of lifestyle, why are you sick, I'm asking? $3.25 trillion is more than India's budget, all right? Annual budget for 1.2 billion people.
So where do we go wrong?
Now that's what we are looking at. No, it's not about greed. The problem is, without understanding, if you do not know how this camera functions and you use it, I'll assure you this is going to break down in 3 days. Yes or no? One who knows it, they may use it for a lifetime. One who does not know it will break it in 3 days, yes or no?
Yep.
That's all you're doing.
Yep.
I think I see the connection.
No, it's not about them. You are in charge of your life, you don't know a thing about this. Because you think by fixing the outside world, everything will be okay. Because roads are done, bridges are done, airplanes are flying, you think everything is done. No. A human experience essentially happens from within you. Outside conducive atmospheres we want to create, that is there. See, it's like this. If you look at it, he articulated this in one way. Essentially, what is it that you want? You want pleasantness of the body. If body becomes pleasant, we call it health. Do you want it?
So badly.
Yes.
So badly.
If it becomes very pleasant, we call it pleasure. If mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call this joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this blissfulness. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call it success. Only to create your surroundings in a pleasant manner, you need the cooperation of all these people. But for pleasantness of body, pleasantness of mind, pleasantness of emotion and energy, it is 100% your business, yes or no?
Yes.
So only to create pleasantness around us, we need, because there are many forces involved, we need help from them, we need cooperation from them. Otherwise, anybody can make it nasty right now. But what happens in your body, what happens in your mind, in your emotion and your energy is absolutely your business. If you take charge of this, creating pleasantness in the atmosphere, you're at least competent to do it. Otherwise, you're always at somebody else's mercy. Why everybody wants to meet the most wonderful person? Why? I'm asking you, why the hell are you not that wonderful person, huh? Why are you looking for that wonderful person to mess them up?
Andre brought up something which is near and dear to me, and this is this fight or quest for inner peace. And you speak about this a little bit, and you speak about people's inability to understand and to not ask the right questions or to not seek properly. What are your thoughts on underlying mental health conditions as a combatant to people's ability to find that inner peace? Do you believe in true mental health as scientifically diagnosed? Are you not a believer in it?
I'm not a believer or a disbeliever of anything. I'm willing to look at every aspect of life as it is. Is that okay?
Everything's
Because
okay. Who am I to say that it's not okay?
No,
Sadhguru.
no, because you're continuously coming back to belief. Do you believe this? Do you believe that? I don't believe a damn thing, nor do I disbelieve anything.
Whoa, that video was intense. And again, truly an unprecedented one to see that collaboration with Logan and Sadhguru. It's important to note that Sadhguru doesn't really always answer questions directly. And the reason to that is because the self has also learned on this path of consciousness and inner awareness, there aren't definites of this is this, that is that. The only way of learning or realizing, more importantly, what is the truth behind certain things, it really comes down to being given pointers and directions and guides. And that is what Sadhguru does. Being given an answer versus having the realization are two separate things, because the realization is a lot more profound. You're able to experience the answer, not only see the answer as it is. Without true experience, it's really hard to understand and know. Also, just to emphasize what Sadhguru was saying towards the end, he doesn't ever choose to believe or disbelieve anything. And the reason he says that is from another video that he talks about, where when he was asked the question, do you believe in God? His response was that whether you believe in God, as in believers, or you don't believe in God, as an atheist, you're both in the same boat, because at the end, people that believe in God don't have proof that he exists, and people that don't believe in God don't have proof that he doesn't exist. And so by picking a side, you are choosing a path of ignorance. Reason being, making an assumption about anything without knowing anything, whether it's through experience or research, science, anything, really just makes it harder to find the truth. And by saying the very simple thing of I don't know, you're opening up the door to all the possibilities and what the truth may be. The human ego likes to always make assumptions and think that it knows everything and think that it's on the top of the world. The reality is, just looking at it as the way it is, as Sadhguru talks about, we're really just a small speck in this grand universe. I mean, us as individuals are a really tiny piece in this town that we live in. The town is a really small piece in the city that we live in. The city is a really small piece in the state, the country, the world, the universe. And if you keep going, you'll just realize how small and little you are. And that doesn't mean that you don't matter. What it means is that you must be humble to the greatness and vastness of this universe. And only through this realization of I don't know and humbleness do these doors of realization and even gratitude open. The fact that we still exist in this universe of all sorts of things itself is a blessing and a sign that we are here for a reason, here to make a difference, here to help the world become more conscious and aware. Thank you so much for watching this response to Logan Paul's Impaulsive podcast on how to find inner peace featuring Sadhguru. With that, stay conscious, take it joyfully, and make it a great day.